Ever get that feeling on the road? Like you're uh, trying to play detective, someone's swerving a bit, maybe braking kind of erratically,
Mhm.
and you're thinking, hmm, are they just a bad driver or are they actually dangerous?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What if like AI could help us figure that out?
Well, that's what they're trying to do in the UK right now. They've got this new radar
Oh,
system.
really?
Yeah. And it's using AI to sort of analyze how people are driving, looking for signs that they might be under the influence.
So it's not just about like speeding then.
Nope. It's more about trying to catch those drivers who are, potentially dangerous but might not be speeding.
Makes sense.
And they're using some pretty high-tech cameras too, like
Yeah,
infrared flash and a really fast shutter speed so they get clear pictures no matter what the weather's like.
that's smart. Especially since like bad weather already makes things so risky on the roads.
Yeah.
So how does this AI actually work? Does it like watch every little thing the car does?
Pretty much. It's like having a super focused passenger in the car with you who's watching your every move, but it's looking for those subtle things, like, weaving a bit, or reacting slowly at a light, or braking weirdly. The kind of stuff we might miss when we're driving ourselves.
It's true. I'm usually focused on my lane and maybe the car in front of me.
Exactly. And get this, the system can actually keep track of up to 126 vehicles at the same time and across multiple lanes.
Whoa, that's incredible. Wait, 126. How far away can it see them?
Up to like 100 meters away.
That's like having eyes everywhere. It must take a ton of computing power to process all that information in real time.
Oh, absolutely. It's been trained on a massive amount of driving data so it knows what normal driving looks like and what looks suspicious.
Right, so it can tell the difference between someone who's just a bit clumsy and someone who's a real danger.
Right. And it's not only about impairment either. This thing can also pick up on people using their phones, not wearing seatbelts, even tailgating, you name it.
So it's like a multitasking safety officer always on the lookout for any kind of risky behavior.
Exactly.
Does it like automatically give out tickets though? Based on what the AI sees? I can't imagine people would be too happy about getting a ticket from a robot.
Well, most of the time there's still a human involved.
Okay, good.
So the AI flags the potential violation, but then a person usually looks at the footage and the AI's findings before anything actually happens.
So it's more of a collaboration then, not like a
Yeah.
robot take over the police force or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Though the consequences can be different depending on what the offense is.
Oh, right, of course.
Could be anything from a warning letter to actually having to go to court.
So it's not just about punishing people, it's about trying to educate them
Yeah.
and prevent accidents before they happen.
Exactly. And this AI radar is just one example. AI is popping up all over the place in traffic enforcement. Like, you see those smart cameras everywhere now. The ones that catch you speeding or running red
Yeah.
lights. They're getting so advanced. And AI is a big part of that, makes them super accurate.
It's crazy how fast it's all changing.
Mm.
But it does make you think, you know, with all this AI watching us on the roads,
Mm.
what about our privacy?
That's the big question, isn't it? I mean, it could definitely save lives by, stopping dangerous driving. But how much of our privacy do we have to give up?
It's a tough one. It's that whole nothing to hide, nothing to fear
Hmm.
argument, which is never that simple.
Yeah, for sure. Some people say if you're following the rules, you've got nothing to worry about. But then others are like, hold on, what about all that data they're collecting? Who sees it? What if they use it for something else?
Right. It's not just about road safety then.
Exactly. It raises all these other questions.
It's like we're in this totally new territory. We've got this amazing technology, but we're not sure what the long-term effects will be.
Hmm.
Do we just go all in for safety, or do we need to be a bit more cautious, like set some boundaries?
That's what we need to figure out as a society. I mean, what level of surveillance are we okay with? And it's not just about the tech itself either. It's about the laws. The regulations. We need rules to make sure these systems are used the right way, ethically.
So it's a technology challenge, but it's also a societal challenge, finding that balance between safety and freedom.
Exactly. And you see this debate happening everywhere AI is being used,
Yeah.
like facial recognition, predictive policing, even at work sometimes.
It is kind of overwhelming, though, isn't it? All this new technology popping up all the time.
It can be, yeah. It feels like we're always playing catch up, trying to understand it after it's already here.
That's why it's so important to like stay informed, you know? Read about it, follow the news, and speak up.
Yeah, knowledge is power. The more we understand about AI, the more we can shape how it's used.
So it's not about being against technology, it's about being aware
Uh-huh.
and asking the right questions and making sure it's used to benefit everyone.
I agree. And you can support organizations that are fighting for responsible AI, and for privacy rights. We can have the benefits of AI without the downsides, like this radar system. It could make roads safer for everybody, but still respect people's privacy. But we have to make sure that happens.
It's a balancing act for sure. Hopefully we can get it right. It really is. And it's up to all of us to make sure it's used the right way. Like the future isn't just something that happens to us,
Hmm.
you know. It's something we make happen by the choices we make, the conversations we have, the questions we ask.
So true. We can't just sit back and let the tech companies decide what our future looks like. We have to be a part of it.
Absolutely. And make sure AI is being used in a way that, you know, fits with our values, benefits humanity as a whole.
It's a constant learning curve. We have to keep adapting
Mhm.
and keep talking about, what kind of world we want to build, even if those conversations are hard.
For sure. Well, on that note, I think we've done a pretty deep dive into this AI radar thing
Yeah.
and all the questions it brings up.
Yeah, it's been a great discussion. Lots to think about.
Hopefully we've given our listeners a lot to chew on.
Yeah, we've looked at the tech side of things, but also the bigger picture, how it affects society, that balance between safety and freedom.
Right. And with that, we want to thank everyone for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious out there.
And keep exploring.